If you could remove a modern game feature from JRPGs, what would it be? Okay, interesting question. For me, it's map with quest markers. Maps with quest markers? Why? It kills the magic of finding new worlds and exploring them by just telling you where to go. Okay, you have a point there, but I'm actually the kind of guy who prefers quest markers. I love that GPS system a lot of video games have come up with nowadays. I think that's one of my favorite features from JRPGs. But that's probably because I'm not the best. I'm not a big fan of exploring everything and finding out for myself. I kind of do that in real life. I don't need to do that in a video gaming. When it comes to video games, I mean, I used to be like you. I used to enjoy exploring way more back in the day. But nowadays, I just want the game to tell me where I need to go, and there you go. But anyway, to your question, one feature that I could remove from modern JRPGs. What I will remove from modern JRPGs, I think I was talking about this in an earlier clip, with an earlier question, but I will remove as many stupid-ass cliches and tropes as I can. And the kind that are like, man, this is done to death already. Why would you keep doing this freaking cliche, right? But I'm thinking with your question, you are referring more to gameplay mechanics. I know it's difficult nowadays to make a battle system original. Everything's been done and overdone. Battle systems are a cliche in itself. But sometimes developers want to be overly creative. You know, it's okay to do something simpler. It's okay, you don't have to go overboard with overly complicated mechanics. I like complex battle systems. I mean, most of you watched my top 10 complex JRPGs. There were a lot of games in there that are just stupidly complicated, but I love them. You know, but others are like, man, like Natural Doctrine. I was like, what the fuck did these guys want to do? What the hell were they trying to do with this game? They didn't know what they were trying to do. And it shows. And the game was a massive failure. So stuff like that, you know, I will ask developers to be creative and original, sure, but just don't overdo it. Okay? But little stuff like the thing you mentioned about map markers. Here's another one. Some JRPGs, and you've seen me complaining about this in multiple videos, a lot of side quests, or at least a couple of side quests, or at least a couple of mini games are forced on you. And well, the majority of them are kind of easy. I remember there's a forced fishing minigame in Trails from Zero, or in the original Nier and Nier Replicant. Yeah, you gotta fish, otherwise the story doesn't advance. You gotta complete that stupid minigame. But it's kinda easy. The one in Nier is kinda easy. It's like, man, it's a walk in the park. But my point is that it shouldn't be forced on the player. Side content, optional stuff forced on the player. I mean, that's something that a lot of modern JRPGs do, and I will definitely get rid of that. Let me complete the main story if I fucking want to. Do not force your freaking minigames or side quests on me. But the worst, and I made a rant video about this, the worst thing that I would get rid of from modern JRPGs, it's the true ending bullshit. I fucking hate that. The true ending should be the canon ending. And then add a million fucking different endings, dark endings if you want to make them appealing for the player to do all different things, you know, side quests, mini games, or whatever, you know. But the true ending should be the canon ending, the one that anybody can achieve in any difficulty, right? I fucking hate true endings, man. It's just, man, they're ridiculous. That was a good question, man. Thanks. You got a lot of answers.